Hi, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. This video here I'll be doing a teardown or disassemble on a Dell laptop 17-inch, and this model here is P42E. So let me bring it closer for you. So this is a Dell P42E001. Alright, so I'll let you get to look what is here. It just pretty much it looks like this. So as soon as you open up the screen, the computer would just turn on and starting to boot to Windows. So to continue the process, I just want to make sure I have a complete shutdown and as well as disconnect the battery. Alright, so let's go ahead and shut it down first. And this is a backlit keyboard. You can see that there's a white light at the back of the keyboard. Of course you can't see it because I'm filming this and you can't see it, but yeah, just trust me. So this is a backlit keyboard. This is a 17-inch 7000 model, and this is running on an i7, the 10th generation CPU Intel. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip it around. This is just a regular Phillips screw. So the screw doesn't come out, it will just stay in like this. So as you turn and you feel like it's giving you the clicking noise, that's pretty mean the screw is there. Okay, so you can't remove it, it just at that position. But the screws here, they are coming right out, so you can go ahead and remove them. Only the screws in the top, they do not come out. The 3 screws on the top. The rest of it will just come right out. Alright, once you have that removed, the next step I'll be doing is to pry open the back plate. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find some kind of opening, so it's easier for me to go in and pry it open. So take your time, find an opening. Usually it's best to work by the corner. That's the weakest point at the corner side, and once you get it, the back plate would just come right out. Alright, so the entire back plate would just come out without any problem. Okay, right here you get to see the entire computer. Oh, by the way, this computer here, it folds all the way to the back. It's like a 360 folds. So once you fold the screen to the back, it acts like a tablet, but once you have it sitting up, it will be just like a regular laptop. Alright, here as you can see, this is the additional slot for your hard drive. Let's go ahead and show it to you first. So there are 3 screws that are holding it. Alright, and this is the cable that comes with it. If you want to have a secondary drive, you buy the solid state or the regular hard drive, the 2.5 inch. And then the 4 screws are on the side here, ready for you to screw them in on both sides. Okay, and then this is the cable for you to plug into the hard drive, and this one I think it goes to this one. It should be going to that one. Yeah, so it goes all the way to this one. Okay, that's how you get the secondary drive if you want to have it. So let me just put it back here. Okay, before I move on to the next part, I just wanted to let you know we need to disconnect the battery first. Okay, so the battery has a cable that goes to the motherboard, which is here, and go ahead and remove it. Alright, so we have the battery removed. Yeah, just a Phillips screw. Go ahead and remove. Let's see. There are 1, 2. It looks like there's only the 3 screws. Okay, that holds onto the battery. And if you want to go and change out the battery, you want to look it up here. It's 4GVMP. That is the model and the type of the battery. 68. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then you just hopefully you can find a replacement and exactly the same one. Okay, so let's move on to the next item. As you can see, here is your touchpad. Right, it goes to the motherboard. I'll flip open that clipper so that the ribbon cable will just come right out. Okay, as you can see, the bracket will just come out, and this is your touchpad. So this one here, if you can, you try to save it. Do not cut it or break it. This is somewhat like a static. It helps to, you know, to ground the laptop when your body gets static when you touch the touchpad. I think this is what it is. So make sure you have it back and touch the metal here, okay, to do the grounding. And there you go. This is your touchpad replacement. That's how you're gonna do that. And if you want to look for the model number, this should be somewhere like this, a CN-0KF10V, or you could go with this 0KF10V. Yeah, so look for this model number. That's how you get the touchpad replacement done. Alright, let's move on to the next part. As you want to know where the hard drive is, or the solid state drive, this laptop here, it runs on the M.2, and this is the bracket. So go ahead and remove that. So this laptop here is a 512 gigabytes, and for those of you who wants to increase to maybe 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, this is where you're gonna do the replacement for that. Okay, so this is the M.2 NVMe SSD drive. That's how you do the replacement. For those of you who wants to add additional secondary drive, and this would be the slot for that. Okay, so let's come back to the main board. Here is your DDR4 RAM. As you can see, there's one here, and the secondary is here. If to remove it, you just press on both of this metal, and the RAM would just slightly pop upwards, and you can just slide it out. So this RAM here is 8 gigs, 8 by 8, so it's 16. If you want to increase down to 32, you can do so by putting 16 and 16. Okay, once you want to put it back, so first you need to slide it in at a angle that tilt a little bit, right? And make sure it's all the way in and push it down. Alright, you will hear the click when you push it down, and that should do it for RAM replacement or RAM upgrade. Here's your Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove it. What I usually do is I usually label so that I would know this white cable here belongs to here. Okay, and the black one is, as you know, there's no label, just in case if you're not going to mix match the Wi-Fi, so I just like to label them. Okay, so there's the Wi-Fi, and here's your CPU fan. It looks like the CPU is connected. Let's see. I think this is the cable for your CPU fan. Okay, and what is this bracket here? Okay, let's work our way around it one at a time. Okay, so so far I can see that the keyboard, it looks like it is replaceable. Alright, so to get to the keyboard, I think you need to remove the motherboard first. So here go, remove that keyboard cable. And this is your speaker. Go ahead and remove that cable as well. And this is probably your power button or the keyboard backlight. Yeah, this is your keyboard backlighting. So go ahead and remove that flex cable. Yeah, KB keyboard BL backlit. So it's a keyboard backlit cable right here on this one. Okay, so we have that removed. So go ahead and remove this as well. Okay, put it on the side. This one here, I'm gonna remove the clipper, open up that, and same thing, put it on the side here. So that is for your LCD or the touchscreen. Okay, that's the cable for that. Here's your fan. There's one screw, I see it here. Alright, what about this wrapper? Do I need to remove it or leave it on? Not too sure. So let's remove this first. Okay, so this is actually a metal bracket. Okay, once you remove it, it will just come right out like this. Okay, that's for that. And there you go, there's another screw right here for your fan. And make sure you disconnect the cable. And that should be it. That's your CPU fan replacement. I think the model, you probably can look it up somewhere around here, or this one for the replacement. Alright, so this is a heatsink. The graphics card, the CPU is here attached to it. Okay, and there's one screw here, and this is the LCD cable. So go ahead and pull this one. Oops, I think I broke that plastic here. It looks like it's pretty tough to get out. Let me take a closer look here. Okay, so once you have a certain angle, the weak point, when you lift it up, it will just come right out. Okay, so this is not the insertion where you insert the cable. This is the pull and clip on cable. Okay, and then this one here, go ahead and this is the insert one, right? You push it in to insert, so you can just push it back out, it will come right out. Okay, and then to get the motherboard out, I think there's one screw here for you to do that. And this is another one. You need to open up the hinge. Lift up the hinge all the way to the back. And your motherboard will just come right out. Okay. So let me make sure you have this tape later on and tape it back to this DC jack connector. So this is probably the grounding for static or any electric. You just gotta tape it back to there. And this is a DC jack replacement. Alright, so let's put the motherboard here on the side. As you can see, there's not much left here. So if you remove the hinge on this side, the entire screen will just come right out. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So once you have the two screws removed, slightly push that hinge backwards. And you can just slide the entire keyboard out. Okay, so as you can see, the entire keyboard will just come right out. And that is your entire LCD screen. And here's your keyboard. The palm rest. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip it the other side. So the keyboard here, it looks like you may have to remove every single screw. So they're really tiny, right? These are the tiny screws. 1, 2, 3, right? There's a lot of them here. So I believe you still can remove and replace the keyboard on its own, I think. Yeah, so I think you remove this metal bracket and the keyboard will just come right out. I'm not 100% sure on this one. Okay, because I'm not going to do it here. As you can see, this is brand new, the laptop. So I'm just going to leave it as is, but it looks like it's replaceable, but I'm not 100% sure. So by the time when you do a replacement, let me know, comment below. At least I get to understand how the keyboard works. Okay, but to me it looks like you need to replace the entire keyboard on its own, just like that, the entire palm rest. And same goes for your LCD screen. Alright, I think this is it. And if you have any question, comment below. I look forward to help you if you run into any problem. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll make more videos for this. Thank you and take care.